Good day, guys. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. So, yeah, on today's topic, we want to discuss about 6 traits to be separated from others and become the top 1%. So, yeah, let me start with we need to stand up instead of following a line to fit in with others. Like, we need to stand up for ourselves. We need to be more concerned in our purpose and stop focusing on popularity. We need to be more focused on our purpose. Because this one is doing this, because I'm doing that. No, what can I do? What is my purpose in coming to this life? I did not just come to this life like this. I came to this life to do something. Jesus did not just put me in this life to just come here and live and exist. He brought me to this life so I can be able to do something. That's why he made me creative. He made me his image. He made me his image. And the first thing God let us know in the Bible is that He's creative. How He made me creative. So if He's creative, definitely I'm creative. So what can I create? Instead of focusing on others, focus on your purpose. Number two, we need to harness personal power. We need to harness personal power. Like, we need to understand the difference between contributing factor and determining factor. You need to understand the difference between those two. Contributing factor is what happens outside of you, while determining factor is what happens inside of you. You need to understand that the contributing factor, we cannot control it. The job you lost, the, the people that was there to you, that you love so much that you lost, other things that you lost, that is painful, you cannot control it. If you were able to control it, you wouldn't have you wouldn't have allowed that to happen to you. You wouldn't have allowed that to happen to us. You can't control it. But your determining factor, you can control it. This is how you respond to the outcome. It's the determining factor that will determine is your mind, like the determining factor that will determine how you how you respond to the outcome, whether in a positive way or in a negative way. So we need to harness personal power. We need to understand the difference between those two. Okay, this thing has happened. How do we respond to it? Am I going to let this break me down? Or am I going to let this build me? Or am I going to leverage this for my advantage? Yes, I understand. It is painful. It is painful. It is tough. But how do I respond to it? Will I just let it break me down? Or will I use some advantage to build me up? So we need to understand between the two, between contributing factor and determining factor. We need to harness personal power. You don't wait for circumstances to change. You change it. You change that circumstances while other people are waiting. Don't wait for circumstances to change. Don't wait for it to change. You change it. You need this self-development, self-investment. Change that circumstance. Don't wait for it to change because it's never going to change. It is never going to change until you change. So don't wait for it to change. Change it while other people are waiting. So when you get a solution on how to change it, you can sell it to other people that are waiting. Okay? Number three, focus on mindset and methodology that produce mastery. Focus on the mindset. Focus on top 1% mindset. Focus on abundance mindset. Focus on abundance mindset. Stop focusing on the mindset of scarcity. Focus on methodology that produce mastery. Focus on being the best. Sometimes it's not always the biggest that matters. It is the best that always matters. When you are the best at some field, you become the most valuable person in that field. Focus on abundance, focus on being the best, focus on methodology that produce mastery. Learn. Learn to the fullest. Don't learn halfway. Learn to the fullest. Work with all your passion. Be the best at whatever field that you are. Because that's what matters the most. If that if that situation is going to work on you, let it better work very well on you. Because the more it works on you, the more it's going to work for you. So focus on abundance mindset. Stop focusing on scarcity. It's only the people that focus on scarcity that complain the most. The abundant mindset is to focus, is to look for opportunity. They used to look for opportunity in the front of problems instead of problems. I mean. So number 4, you must have a persevering persistent. You must have a persevering persistence. Like that thing that caused 99% people to quit. That same thing should be what motivates you. Should be what is pushing you forward. Because that's what differentiates a winner and a quitter. That thing that makes 99% to quit should be what is motivating you to keep on going. Most of them have done it, they are quitting because it's too tough. Don't think of it that way. Even if it's not working, even if it does not even make sense to you right now, even if it's not working, just assume that thing is working on you. Because it is really working on you. It is teaching you some lessons. Let that thing motivate you, because sooner or later the result is going to be great. So that thing that make 99% to quit, let that thing to be what is pushing you to move forward. You see that this field, at this particular stage, most of them stop because they could not go. You keep going. It might not make sense, but keep going. That will make you be the best. That's what differentiates you from others. That will differentiate you from them. That's what differentiates the top 1% from the 99%. Because no matter the situation does not have brain. We need to understand. That situation does not have brain. It just brought all its problems and come. So that situation cannot think, and it will not make sense if something that cannot think should beat we that we can think. There's no way. Where there is a will, there is always a way. So whatever the situation is at that moment, there's always a way. If you're ready to put in the work by thinking, by looking for a way. Because if you know what you're looking for, if you have the vision, if you know why you are doing this, and you know this, you know the outcome is going to be great, there's always going to be a way. It cannot make sense in the beginning. It does not have to make sense. But what you are seeing, your vision, what you are seeing in the future, what you are seeing, the outcome that you are seeing, you know it is very great. So it does not have to make sense. We don't need it to make sense. As long as we are making progress, just keep on doing it. It might be very hard. You might want to quit. Other people might have quitted. Most people might have quitted. But that shouldn't be what to make you to quit. Instead, leverage it, change it, flip the script. Make that thing motivate you. Let it motivate you. Think on what to do to move for a way. Okay, so number 5. The truth is, let me tell you something. A person who won't be stopped can't be stopped. A person who won't be stopped can't be stopped. You that you know your purpose, you know what you are looking for. No matter what the obstacle is, no matter what the tough situation is, no matter, you can't be stopped. No matter how many failures, if you didn't quit, you have not failed. You haven't just found the way that is going to work yet. So that's when I make other people to quit. Let it make you. Let that thing make you to keep going. Let that thing motivate you. Just say that it's because they have quitted. Now I want to put in double energy in this thing, double power, double thinking in this thing. And you see the difference. Number 5. Always have positive. Um, Always have positivity in the presence of problem. Always have positivity. Always have this mindset of positivity. You've got to flip that script. There's always another side. There's always have two sides. It might it cannot be negative forever. Flip that script. Flip it. There's always a positive side at the back. It can't be negative like this forever. Flip it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Every problem has an opportunity in it. A problem has to also be an opportunity. So fix that problem. After fixing the problem, now you can now sell that same problem that you fixed to other people that are looking for the solution. That's how the top one thinks. Fix that problem instead of complaining, instead of talking, instead of complaining. Why not fix that problem? Are you going to be complaining like others? Are you going to keep complaining? The more you complain, it is not going to change. What is going to change? Not going to change. Unless you change it. So go and fix that problem. Fix it. After fixing it, you can now sell it and see if they will not pay you. When other two are looking for solutions to that same problem. Fix it. There's always an opportunity in it. They are complaining that the price of fuel is too much. That should be an opportunity for you. Price of fuel is too much. Just think of it. Okay, let me go and make solar. Let me go and do something on solar. That's not going to cost them as much as that fuel that are going to patronize me. And now say they can see they are not going to sell. There are different types of opportunity in the market. So where there's a problem, don't focus on that problem, focus on the opportunity. Because where there's a problem, there's also an opportunity there. So fix that problem. Fix it. Fix it. 99% of people are focused on the problem. Most of them are focused on it. They're always complaining. You want to be like them. Instead, go and look for a way to fix this thing. Fix it, then sell it to them. All of them will buy it. They will buy it. They are also looking for a solution. They just want to change the solution. They will just sit down there and be complaining. Don't be like them. Look for a way to fix it. Fix it. Because there's always a positivity in every negativity. It can't just be negative. You know. There has to be positive there. You need to understand this. And the last one, the top 1% produce pinnacle of profit. Why? Because the top 1% are paid in direct proportion to the price they paid to be one of the top 1%. Why are they top 1? Because they sacrificed what the 99% could not sacrifice. So they gain profits, they gain, like they are paid in direct proportion of the sacrifice they made. So don't think you're just doing that for doing sake, because it's still always going to come back to you. The gain will always going to come back to you. So don't think like them. Don't just complain and sit down and all you have to do is complain if you are not going to look for an opportunity, or if you are not going to look for a problem to solve. Don't just sit down and complain there with them. If they don't have anything to do, all they can do is complain. And when somebody creates a solution, they'll go and buy the solution from the person. Why not be that person that created that solution? Fix that problem. After fixing it, take it to them. Tell them this total amount that I want to sell it. You will buy it. Become more valuable, more respected. Don't be like them. Yes, I get it. The government are doing their own. But I'm going to focus on the government. You're going to focus on the government economy. Instead, create your own economy. Government is doing this, government is doing that. Don't let that be anything to you. Let the government be doing their own. Don't live by the government. Don't wait for the government before you can be able to feed yourself. Figure out something. I'm not disputing the fact that the government are not corrupt. They are corrupt, they are doing their own. Their judgment is on God hand. But you, what can I do? How will you ask yourself? Instead of complaining about this particular solution, a particular problem, what can I do to this problem? How can I find a solution to it? That should be the question that you should be asking yourself. Instead of complaining. Fix that problem. Because where there is a way, there is a way. If you can think of it, you can do it. Anything that makes you think of it, that there has to be a solution. Definitely, you can do that. You can create that solution. Because let us even think about this. How did some people make? The two? She and two brothers have been two cousins. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know their name. The first people that invented aeroplane. How did they make it happen? Definitely, if they had told people, if they would have told some people, they would have told the people around them, and those people are making them like, are they mad? Are they crazy? How is that possible? But they thought about it. They know this thing is possible. And yeah, they made it possible. So if they can create an aeroplane, if Elon Musk can create a rocket that goes to space, how much more can you not do? There's nothing that nobody can. If unless there's nothing that anybody cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot do unless you are willing. There's nothing that you cannot do unless you are willing to put in that work. There's nothing that anybody cannot do unless they are willing to put in that work. If you are willing to put that work, there's nothing you cannot do. If you are ready to focus only on that vision, there's nothing you cannot do. It might seem impossible to other people, but if you know it is possible within you, if only you won't follow the popularity and you follow your purpose only, you know I came to this life. Man, there's nothing you cannot do. And we need to remember that we are paid direct proportion to the price that we paid, to the sacrifice that we made, to the consistency, persistency, and the hard work that we're ready to put into it. So there is always a gain to it. We need to keep on putting on the work. and stop thinking, stop having this scarcity mindset. We need to have this mindset of abundance. We need to be abundant in our thinking. Because if you are ready to focus on your vision, trust in the Lord. Even the Bible says with God all things are possible. Luke chapter 7 verse, is it 30, Luke chapter 5 verse 37 or Luke chapter 7 verse 35 sha, said with God nothing is impossible. And God created you in his image. God can create you in his image. You can trust in him. There's nothing impossible for you. You need to understand that. So yeah, I just hope this bless you. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to make you guys more videos. And yeah, thank you. I love you. Bye.